Greetings and welcome to In-Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. One of the reasons I'm looking forward to October is the fact that it is Calypso History Month. What are some of the things that you can look forward to, though? Well, stay tuned for this conversation. We are speaking about the Black Collar Creative Foundation, which was established in the memory of Janine Charles-Farray. And we will be speaking to the person who's in charge of PR and so much more with the foundation, Ms. Rachael Collymore, about an event, the inaugural event that they're having on the 4th of October. Thank you so much for joining us, Rachael. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm all right, thank you. No, I'm very happy that we get to intone the name of Janine Charles-Farray, peace be upon her.
Yes.
Speak a little bit about the work that she was involved in and why it was chosen to honor her legacy in this way in terms of creating this foundation.
Well, as many know, Janine Charles-Farray was very much an advocate in the creative sector in the arts, apart from being a marketing strategist, publicist, as well as a singer. She was a performer as well with the Lydians and also sat on the inaugural board of the Lydians as well. And just before her untimely passing, during the pandemic, she actually advocated for persons in the creative sector to get grant funding through the ministry, and she was very instrumental in that initiative. She has also been instrumental in other areas of the arts, like film, animation, dance even. And because of her all-round love for the arts, that passion that she had, and also even from her own mother's lips, the dedication that she committed to this sector, she felt it was necessary to honor her daughter, Miss Margaret Charles-Farray, in this unique way by forming Black Collar Creative Foundation. The first part of the name, Black Collar Creative, was actually Janine's business name, Black Collar Creative, and so we immortalized that name by adding the foundation part to it.
And it's one thing to say, okay, well, yes, there's a foundation and they're going to be doing good things. But at the same time, in terms of itemizing some of those things, I believe there are 2 grants.
Yes, we are establishing 2 grants in her honor. The first one being the Black Collar Grant, which will be targeting the creative sector practitioners who may have a startup project that they would like to get some kind of seed funding, as well as the JCF grant, which is the Janine Charles-Farray grant, which will be targeting NGOs and schools who also may have some kind, it's a capacity grant, sorry, who also have some kind of initiative that they would need some kind of support that is creative in nature. The funds that we established through the fundraising initiatives that we do, and we're having our inaugural fundraiser, the Black Color Gala, on October 4th, Classics and Calypsos. At this fundraiser, we'll be raising funds for such grants and such initiatives as part of the mandate of the Black Collar Creative Foundation. So this is what we are about, and any contributions that we receive will also be put towards these grants and other endeavors that we put forward.
And speak to the importance of receiving startup or seed funding in the form of a grant versus a loan, especially when it comes to someone who is in the creative sector?
That's a very good question. As many know, the creative sector industry, well, the creative industry has grappled with funding in various forms for various initiatives. And this is our way of giving back to that community. A grant allows that person to breathe a little bit so they don't have to worry about paying back. But we just want to enforce the fact that it's really about an investment into the sector. We want persons who may apply for these grants to understand that they also have a commitment as well to fulfill their obligation. So because we are about creating businesses and creating that avenue for sustainability within the creative industries, because we know that the creative industries contribute a significant part of our GDP, of our economy, and we want to enforce that, and we want to champion that cause so that we have an all-round creative and robust creative industries.
And I like the fact that you talk about having, well, charging individuals who would be recipients of these grants to basically kind of take it forward and do your part.
Yes.
Are there any sorts of guidelines that are around in terms of parameters? So yes, it's a grant, but at the same time, these are some of the suggestions. So what is that like? Is there a process like that?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part of what you said.
Is there a process like that? Because yes, the money is
Yes,
not
we
to be
will
returned because it's a grant, but at the same time,
panel.
other guidelines.
Sorry about the noise in the background, one moment. It will be, the process will be through an application. It will be put forward through a panel that will vet the various proposals that we receive. Each grant will have its requirements. We have not put forward the guidelines as well. But one of the things that is key for each one is that whoever is applying, that they have a proposal where they can say, okay, this is what we want to do, and this is the stage that we are at, and through this funding, we will be able to get to this stage, or they may also have other avenues where they have explored funding, and this will just be an added incentive for them to move it a little bit forward. And we will also put a cap for each grant as well.
And I like that because it also kind of moves individuals in the industry into that place of you are your own business, you are your own brand.
Indeed.
And you should be treating yourself with a certain level of, I guess, seriousness, for want of a better word, because sometimes if, you know, people say, well, if you're not taking yourself seriously, why should I
Indeed.
place this investment in you? So are there any areas that you're sending people to? These are some of the places that you can work on proposals, or even like building capacity in that way as well?
That's a very good idea, and that's something that we will explore at some point in time to give some kind of advice as we develop the foundation. We are quite new, and we are looking at various avenues to support the sector. So that is something that we can do through incentives, through giving information through our platform, because we'll be developing our website, and we have our social media presence. Each aspect of that will have some kind of information that persons can log on, check out, ask questions, even reach out to us through our email and get some kind of support.
Well, you're talking about email and information, so I'd be grateful for the email address now.
Sure. It is called the BCC Creative Foundation at gmail.com. You can reach us out there, and you can also check our Facebook page at Black Color Creative Foundation, as well as our Instagram page, Black Color Creative.
And on that note, some people might want to pause, some people might want to look again. So we take a short break while you get that information and you write it down. I guess we'll talk about it on the other half of the conversation. But when we return, I want us to be talking a little bit more specifically about the 4th of October and some of the things that we can look forward to while helping to support a good cause. Stay with us. We return after this. Welcome back. We are having a conversation with Rachael Collymore. We are looking at what the Black Color Creative Foundation, which was recently established, is doing for the creative industry. And I think this would be the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, because our singers and players of instruments, they have so much impact on what we do, what we feel, and how we carry about our normal lives. But on the 4th of October, what is the name of it, and what are some of those things that we can look forward to?
So it is called the Black Color Gala, Classics and Calypsos. It will be held at Queen's Hall on October 4th at 7 p.m. We have a very talented bunch of performers, starting off with Desperados Steel Orchestra. We have Natalia Duckwell, Dr. Eddie Cumberbatch, alongside Elon Cooper, our classical pianists. So they will, as well as some additional singers, and you will know this one, the Miss Alicia Jagasa, who is our who's our Parang Queen, or the first lady in Parang. So she will be joining the cast, and we will be having a very wonderful time at the Queen's Hall, supported by our patron, Miss Roma Spencer.
And I like the fact that Roma Spencer has basically given her nod of approval, saying this is something worth investing in, as she flies the flag of Trinidad and Tobago in Canada and elsewhere. But was it an easy sell? Was it a hard sell to say, okay, well, we want you to come on board. This is something that we want you to be involved in?
That's a very lovely story. Miss Roma Spencer was actually a neighbor of Janine's, and she played a very significant role in helping Janine to boost her confidence as a young teenager, when her mother reached out to her to talk to her daughter to help her understand that she is phenomenal, and also as somebody who is a bigger and beautiful lady. So she actually sowed some seeds of wisdom in Janine's life, and through that interaction, her mother felt it keen to reach out to her and ask her to be our patron, and she willingly accepted the offer.
I really like the fact that you started off saying it's a nice story, because, or it's a good story, it's a beautiful story, because these are the things that we hear, and you never quite know what is that moment that might inspire somebody to do something, to be someone, and then you hear that story afterwards and realize it was all of that. I didn't think it
Yes.
was that much, and it didn't cost that much. So it's also a cautionary tale in terms of what it is we do and how it is we speak life into those around us. But speaking about speaking life, if someone wants to support otherwise, in addition to going to the event, how do they do that?
We have a bank account under the name of the Black Color Creative Foundation. I can call out that number for you if you wish. Just give me 1 second.
Yes, thank you for taking all this information.
So our account number is 870-803-124-501. It's at Republic Bank, Trinity City, at Black Color Creative Foundation. Additionally, in terms of the event itself, we are on islandetickets.com, and persons can purchase their tickets. It's a tiered system. So we have general tickets at 300, special tickets at 400, and premium tickets at 500. Each tier has to do with seating and accommodation. So feel free to check out our Island Tickets page under the name of the Black Color Gala and support a worthy cause.
Looking at that worthy cause, one of the things I look at is who supports what. What is the significance of individuals in the creative industry supporting individuals in the creative industry? And what would you say to corporate entities who are thinking, well, should I do this, or they're still on the fence about it?
I think every industry needs support. And the reason why a lot of our industries have thrived was through support from private sector, public sector, through individuals who are passionate about the respective industry. And because it's an ecosystem, we need to be able to work with one another to achieve great things. And no one is an island. So I would say to private sector as well as to individuals that in order for us to move ahead, we need to recognize that there's need for support, there's need for collaboration and partnership. And as we grow, we can now shift the needle a little bit to help make our industry sustainable. And as well as we pour into the lives of those who are coming up in the creative sector, they too can now feel a sense of pride and obligation to also continue that effort and pour into the sector as well.
But speaking about shifting the needle, Ms. Collymore, from the time you speak about Queen Soul and I hear the word gala, there's a certain type of dress code or outfit that I have in mind. But elaborate, please. What are we looking at on the day in question?
come out in your dandan, come out in your colors. This is a celebration of life. It's also a celebration of the arts. We are going to be mingling with one another. We'll be singing and dancing through the songs that are shared through the various performers. Despers, Natalia, Dr. Eddie Cumberbatch will bring Queen Soul to life with their unique blend of voices and music from our national instrument, the steel pan. So there's much to look forward to. And we look forward to having you with us as we build our sector as well.
Now, when you say classics and calypso, I want to try pick your mouth a little bit and ask you, you have any idea about the lineup? Give me a little idea. You don't need to go specific, a little general
yes, the
idea.
lineup has come together quite nicely, and I know the patrons will enjoy what we have to offer. So come out, get your ticket, and be there on the October 4th, and we will sure to entice you a bit.
I feel like any pick and go on there, Maybe all right. We want to thank you very much, Ms. Collymore, Rachael Collymore of the Black Collar Creative Foundation, looking at things that we can be doing, reminding you that contributions can be made. Account number 870-803-124501. And for more information, you can also email BC Creative Foundation at gmail.com.
Yes.
Yeah, is that an extra C? No. Okay. There's 2 C's in there. All right. So
Yes.
BC Creative Foundation at gmail.com.
Yes.
And we want to thank you very much for the work being done and those seeds that will be sown. And on behalf of the entire TTT News team, this has been In Depth with me, Dike Rostant. Thank you so much for joining us.